Good morning, mountain bikers. I'm Chris Wessels, and you are watching MTB Trail Review. Today, I'm going to talk about suspension. Is it worth the money to upgrade? And will an average rider like myself really notice the difference between good suspension and great suspension? Enjoy. My Kona remote came with a RockShox Gold RL up front and a RockShox Super Deluxe in the rear. This is not bad suspension, but it's not great suspension either. With some help from Chainline Bikes, I now have made a big change. Up front, I have a RockShox Zeb Ultimate. This is a top-of-the-line fork compared to the mediocre fork that was on it before. And in the rear, I have a Manitou Maro Pro with an extra canister that's a lot bigger than what I was riding before. So I'll give you a price breakdown shortly, but the big question is, first, am I going to notice the difference? And the answer is yes, big time, especially in chunk like Black Widow. Now, when jumping, there's a little bit of a difference, but the bike jumped fine before. I actually had to get a little bit more used to the suspension that's on here now, the nicer suspension when jumping, just because it gave me so much more feedback than the suspension that was on it previous. But once again, the chunk is where it really shines. You can really feel the suspension working no matter what you throw at it, whether it's a big drop, whether it's a big roll like this rock, or if we're just going through these super gnarly braking bumps. Everything that I rode felt better with the suspension, and significantly better at that. So I'm not going to get into the tech specs, because frankly, I don't know what I'm talking about, and I'm not going to pretend that I do. But I do know how different the bike feels. And if you're kind of like me, where you know a little bit about bikes but don't know a lot about bikes, but you're a good enough rider to where you will notice the difference when you upgrade, you should strongly consider upgrading your suspension. Now, let's talk about cost. The Zeb Ultimate retails for just over $1,000, and the fork that was on it previously, the Gold RL, retails for right around $500. So the question is the Zeb Ultimate twice as good? Because it is twice the price. And the answer is a resounding yes. It's exponentially better. It's way more than twice as good. So I think that you are definitely getting your money's worth if you decide to upgrade your suspension and put some money into some nicer suspension. Now, let's talk about the rear. The Manitou retails for just over $600, while the RockShox retails for right around $400. So that's not that much of a difference, but the difference in ride is, once again, exponential. So once again, yes, it is absolutely worth it to invest in suspension. If you're buying a brand new bike that's already complete, you can always pull the suspension off and sell it. And there's people out there who will buy it. I've had a couple friends who have done it. And it'll kind of help you save with some of the cost. Also, if you're deciding to build from a frame up, definitely really think about the suspension you want. It does make a difference. If you have any questions about suspension, I'm probably not the guy to ask, but feel free to leave your comment and I'll see if I can get you an answer. If you wanted an immediate answer, I would go talk to the guys at Chainline Bikes in El Cajon. They are extremely knowledgeable and they can definitely answer your questions. If you're considering upgrading your suspension, I would definitely go talk to the guys at Chainline. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys on the next ride.